Welcome back to Goodbye Amanda. I am Izzy Noodles and we are in the Submerged Cave, and I again forgot to pick something up, but luckily I can grab that straight away. There's a lot to find in these levels and they're pretty big, so my apologies for leaving stuff behind. So if you locate the jump switch, it's actually right below the jump switch in the water, so at least it's close by. So we've got some Uzi Clips right here. There we go, and then let's continue on. So I did do the stuff and the things, and we already can pick up the mysterious stone, so I'm gonna go and do that straight away. I don't know why I walked just then. It was like I thought I had spike traps coming up. I don't know why. So yeah, it doesn't matter which side you choose to head back up. This one is just, you know, slightly quicker and easier. Come on through, and here we go. So I did explain the reason why I left this behind before picking it up, and that's because we will release a hammer god from the room ahead. We do want to go into the room ahead, but there is a ladder and the hammer god will keep knocking us down the ladder. So that's also the reason we have two different ways up to this higher level in the room. So yeah, the hammer god is going to come after us. We need to go down into the water. Or at least down to the lower level is what I mean, to coax the hammer god down, and then we will come back up while the hammer god is faffing around trying to come back up. So when you're ready. So that was a very quick explanation. I think I did explain it anyway previously. Here he is. Okay, so technically you can hop down anywhere. We are surrounded by the water. So once you're down, you need the more annoying way to get back up, the one with the spikes. I find it annoying just because of the jump past the pendulum, really. That always gives me hassle. So there we go, just walk through the spikes. And then you're pretty safe while you're up here, because it can't get to you. Here he is. What are you going to do from down there, mate? Can't do nothing. So as you hop through here, hop over to the opening, you want to try and make sure the pendulum is in the doorway when you run forward into a running jump. That's the best way for me, at least. And there we go, we're pretty home free, so just run ahead. The hammer god is on its way back up, but just keep on going. Climb up the ladder. So when Laura's feet's between this light and dark, you can actually hop back into this gap and advance forward a bit. And then, yep, he's just exploded. There was a big explosion just there. So the hammer god has been defeated. Good job. Okay, so be careful of these battering rams in here. You want to carefully pass by them. Grab these Uzi Clips. And you don't really want to be jumping up onto these blocks past the battering rams. As you can see, these are spike traps, so do be careful. And then hop this gap here. Whoops, that's a first for me. Of course that was going to happen during recording. There we go, that was better. So luckily this battering ram is off so that we can climb up safely. And then head straight across, we're going to start climbing up. And then head into the opening across the way. So kind of hard to see with all the fog, but there is a lever in here. It's a really snug timed run across these platforms. So don't worry about the darts, you will probably get hit, but they are not poisonous. so don't worry about that. So upon pulling the lever, I find it easier to hop back and then roll to do a running jump out of this gap. So hop back and roll, like so. Oops. Yep, it never goes quite right. It does take me a few attempts. And I am aware I could have just climbed back up, but I'm lazy. So here we are, reload. So standing jump and then into a running jump to grab that, and this happens a lot. So this is another reason it takes a few attempts. Okay, try not to hit the wall there, and make sure to grab in the air to slide straight into that secret. So it's took me too many attempts to do that. Yeah, it kind of mostly depends on the angle in which you exit the gap with the lever. It's tough, but then just jump to the slope and hop back to here to get out from the secret gap. So yeah, very snug. If you make one single mistake, that's it, the run is over. Also, it's very easy just to miss some of the ledges or try and go into a running jump and overshoot. So it is a frustrating run. At least it's very short. So from here, running jump to grab the pole and over to this ledge. So there will be some bats. Easy peasy deal with them. And here on this spot, there's some sort of invisible pickups. I don't know if they're invisible or they're just sat slightly below the surface of the tile. I don't know how that works, really, but there are some items there, so be sure to try and grab and pick them up. Next, we're hopping over the chasm, so straight line jump over to here. And then this next tile, it's sloped, but it's like higher on one side, lower on the other side. So the lower side, you can actually just hop straight onto that tile. And then you'll definitely want to get off again because we do have that boulder. So once you've triggered the boulder, you can come further over to the other side and then climb up onto here. And that will allow you to go straight into a running jump, grab the pole, and here we go. So just stepping over to the corner because next we need to open up this gate and the lever is way over there. So it's not that far, it's just... I just find this cavern tedious for some reason. It's not that tricky. Well, after practice I don't find it that tricky. I guess it's just a tedious cavern. Okay, here we go. Careful of the slope. If you hit the slope you won't slide down to your death, so don't worry too much. And next, we're just going to do a running jump over to the lever. So you shouldn't need to grab in the air, but I mean, you can if you want. You'll still land on the top of the column, but you do not need to. There we go. And pull the lever and then immediately hop back. There we go. We have quite a deadly spike trap. So to get down, we need to hop back over to that ledge. So do not just hang and drop because there's too many slopes in the area. I'm kind of wondering, I'm not sure if a standing jump would be safer. Can I make it with a standing jump? Because sometimes a running jump feels a bit precarious. So cautionary save just in case, and make sure you do grab in the air. So yes, you can make that. So then, same hops back as before. Okay, and from this lower point is the best place to jump from. You need to jump into the gap without a grab. If you try and grab, you just absolutely won't make the jump, which is kind of weird. Oh, she didn't make it anyway. Well, at least I saved where I did. So let's try that again. Just a standing jump from this point. Do not grab in the air. There we go, that's better. So for some reason she does not slide into the gap with a grab in the air. I'm trying to line up so I'm straight. So the ceiling gets lower here. You'll need to just roll through. And oh boy, there's a lot of werewolfy type enemies, so just hop up to this safe spot and you can easily take them out. So they do get bored and start walking away. And just be warned, sometimes some of them start walking back down that passage where you came from, so don't be fooled. They might not be in the further vicinity. They might sneak up behind you once you exit this safe spot. So just hop back down, coax them back over. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Or that. Well, I got it. Okay, cool. Right, so that looks like that is it. So there's various red lights around the area, and they're indicating spike traps. So it's not instant death if you do step on a spike trap, but oh boy, does it really drain your health. So it may as well be death. But yeah, be very careful of the red marked areas. So now I'm just going over here to explain that those shotgun shells there are on a spike trap. So I'm actually going to choose to leave them behind. So I always mark my walkthroughs or describe them as 100% of pickups. And you may argue, but it's not 100% if you're not picking it up. That's fair, that's a fair point. However, when I did my Tomb Raider Anniversary walkthrough, there's a cap on the pickups. You can't pick them all up. And I still labeled that as 100% because I still showed you where everything was. So that's my disclaimer. If you think it's unfair, I mean, that's cool. I'm not too bothered, but yeah, there's some shotgun shells which I won't be picking up. I'm also just gonna go around a spike trap here to pick up this Medpack. And we will be climbing up in this room. I want to grab another item before I forget it, because I always seem to forget this item. There's some shotgun shells just here. So the idea is we need to trigger a wraith. If you're really not bothered about health, you don't have to. They kind of stress me out, so I like to just get rid of them as fast as I can. So there will be a wraith once we start climbing up. And then I will drop back down into the water to climb back up again, because there is a secret we can grab as well. And while we're trying to crawl around getting the secret, we will be bothered by the wraith. So that's the main reason. We also need to go into the water and pick up the key. So we can do that now. We can do it after activating the wraith. I'm going to choose to wait because I'll be hopping into the water regardless. And this water is pretty darn cold. We will have a temperature gauge as well if we hop into this water. It's kind of weird. It's a bit of a buggy gauge. Most of the time it stops working after activating the wraith, so you kind of have to guess where it's at, unfortunately. But I've noticed it mostly works when you pick up the key first from the water, and sometimes does not if you wait to pick up the key. So just a disclaimer, don't know why that is. But now I'm going to go up and activate the wraith. So yeah, we will need to climb, I think, 3 times. So again, be careful of any red patches in the room. There is a spike trap in the corner right here. Just going to shoot a bunch of bats. Some of them are far away, so Lara is struggling to hit them, but yeah, she's targeting, but it's really far away. It's not actually triggered yet. So there's one in this corner where I'm heading to, so make sure to shoot that one, just for good measure. And one in that corner, which I'm surprised hasn't activated yet. Once Lara's shot one for the first time, it then wakes up, like, hey, what's going on? And this one will, there we go, activate now. I actually have no idea if that's the same one I was just targeting. Okay, so, whoops, there we go, that was tight. So here we have some Uzi Clips. That again is a spike trap, and I will avoid picking that up because I will need to use a Medpack on any spike trap that I stand on. So it just seems a bit pointless. There are a bunch more bats that I'm going to deal with. It's like they're close enough that Lara will target them, but they haven't actually spawned in yet. They haven't woken up. There's definitely one there because Lara's targeting. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to have a cautionary save just here. And then hopping over to this ledge. And that activates the Wraith. Ow! Ruined my jump, and you see the gauge bar is broken. So it's completely black. Oh, this isn't going to go well. Oh no. Yeah. Oh no! I am unhappy. However, I think I will be... Actually, no, I won't be okay, but... Dang it, that's so annoying. Lara faffed around trying to pick the key up. I'm not going to reload. I get bad at that, and it's not even a Nomads walkthrough, so I'm going to leave it. We're not reloading. So yeah, you see how you have to just guess with this gauge bar. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Mostly it works if you pick up the key first. So back up we go. I'm going to go and use the key. Okay, and this is a pretty tough jump. I find this jump kind of tricky. Oh, yeah, that's kind of my fault that it mucked up. See you up there. This is a very annoying section. You have to go up so many times, it does my head in. It's not even a long section. Okay, that was better. So yeah, I got cocky with my jumps and I fell and I died. So I had to come back get the key again. But yeah, that was a better swim that time. I will be right back with the key up the top, hopefully. Okay, let's actually save it. So yeah, you need kind of a curve, kind of not. Yeah. So it was close, and you can see why it's a frustrating jump. There we go. So go ahead and use the key. If you don't want to keep jumping around and don't mind using health packs, then just let the Wraith bother you right here after picking up the key. That's fine, and we will have a secret to grab as well, so as I've said, the Wraith will be bothering you while picking up the secret, so that's another reason I decided to get rid of it. So at the edge here, just take one step away and then do a fake grab into this gap. So yeah, it's a very snug area for a Wraith to be flying around you. Okay, and the only way out is back into the water. So yeah, another reason we will have to go back and around. So yeah, there is a swing pole. I do not know why. It's not usable. You can't do anything with it. So yeah, down we go, and I will meet you back up the top. Okay, here we are. This annoying jump again. I feel tempted to actually save the game again, you know. Okay, so I kind of get sick of the amount of times I end up having to climb back up here, partly because I make silly mistakes. Nice. Okay, and now we're done with this room and we can move on, thank goodness. So careful where you stand to make this jump. So grab here. And there we go. And then in this room, you want to avoid the two trenches. Those are instant death if you fall in. And there will be a couple of skeleton-like enemies. So I'm going to try and ignore them. Just going to come to the corner and grab these shotgun shells. Oh my god, that ceiling got me. At least I saved my game. It's so easy to make silly mistakes in this section. It's quite a frustrating section. It's so easy, and yet I constantly make mistakes. So, don't you get me? So there are two skeletons, just be aware of that. And right up here on this slightly higher section of the little snowy corner, that's where you can climb up. Okay, so just giving us the lowdown, we do have a puzzle to solve to open the door, and I want to show off these skeletons because they are pretty cool. They're reskinned? Kind of have a Groot vibe about them. I am Groot. They look really cool. So they don't actually look like skeletons, but they behave like them. Anyway, right, so I'll hop up to here. Here are the levers, and we have two jump switches in this room. So one is high above Laura's head, and then the other one's over on this side, high up on the wall over there. So we want to pull this jump switch first, because on this side of the room you can just make out there are some swing poles, and that's how we're getting up to the level above. So we need to form some steps, raise these columns to get up to both jump switches, but firstly just pull lever number 4 and lever number 2. So they correspond to different columns, and we now have a pathway complete up to this jump switch. Okay, so now hop back over to the levers. Be careful with your jumps because you can just overshoot and die. Basically. Wow! The half tile apparently didn't want to work out. I do believe this has been the worst recording session I ever did do. Okay, it worked that time. So, all we need to do now to finish off the steps up to the next jump switch is pull down lever 1 with lever 2 and 4 already pulled down. Nice. Super duper. Of course I'm not lined up. Okay, there we go. So this has taken me much longer to try and get through this. Of course, I'm gonna cut all the, oh my god, all the dying and etc. out. You'll not get to see that, I'm afraid. So just a standing jump from here over to the first pole, and over we go. And now here, you absolutely do want to save your game. We've got quite a death gauntlet coming up, and I might not even have enough health. So I am anticipating that I may die. This is fine, because I know it might happen. So yes, we do have some spike traps that are kind of unavoidable. And it's better to probably just run through instead of trying to jump. That's what I seemed to feel is the way to go. So you see the ceiling, we'll have some boulders too, so when the camera changes, then start sprinting. Head to the right, avoid the spike trap, and sprint, roll, and I made it. My health isn't the best, but I made it. We did not die today. Well, just here, we did not die. So there we go, just swim through this opening. And get some air. So don't worry too much about my health. I know it looks distressing, but the only way I'm going to die down here is by drowning. There's no enemies within this area. I will, however, use a Medpack anyway, because I'll have to use one when exiting this underwater area. So there we go. So as we can see, there are 2 keyholes here. We will need to find 2 keys. So firstly, we have these 4 levers here, and there's a few closed gates. Not all of them are closed off, but some of them are closed with bars, and then some of them are not. However, this one, if I just try and turn, there is an additional gateway just there that is closed off. So for this first puzzle, pull the 2 levers on this side. I believe this is north. So we can see these change gates. They open and close different gates. So this is the puzzle. Kind of frustrating when you're underwater though, needing to keep going back for air. And I will quickly go get some air, just in case. Okay, and then pull this lever on this wall closest to entering the area. And we have access to the key, but actually not quite yet, because this key is behind the closed gate here that I've just shown you. So to open that gate, that will be the lever that's just through here. So there is a Medpack to grab. And then pull this lever. And that gate has opened up. Okay, just grabbing some air before heading in. Okay. So in we go. And here was all the gates. Okay. Before exiting, we have access to this lever as well. This one was never blocked off. So that's opened another gate within this area. So that has opened this one at the back. Just here. Okay, and there are a couple of items to grab. So one over here and one on the opposite ledge. Okay. And then we have this lever. So I'm going to show you what this lever is going to do, what it's going to open, because I need to come over here anyway. So that's a good jump if to be doing. If I fail it, at least you've seen a good example. So I just need to shoot that out of the way. And the lever is timed. We'll need to pull it twice. It will open both of these gates just here. And we'll have to do one at a time. So fairly easy, despite needing to wade through the water. It's quite a forgiving timer. So it doesn't matter which one you do first, they are both exactly the same situation. So if you do happen to hit that wall and don't do a perfect jump, then as long as you've got like 5 seconds on the timer once you get to the corner, you will be fine. So just hop over the spike trap and pull the lever. The gate will close behind. Okay, so that's lever 1 of 2 to open the final underwater gate. Just climb up to make your way back out and around again. Okay. Super duper, so same thing all over again. Another good jump. Thank you, Lara. You're doing good now. You've had some clumsy moments, but we're doing all right. All right, and now we can exit out and make our way to that last gate. So behind that last gate is actually where the final key is. So here we go, just through here, and then down in this gap. And then, of course, just climb out to place them. Okay, and the exit has opened up. Or at least the exit to the water, not the exit to the level, I'm afraid. Gotta keep going. So we're nearly done. So just grab these arrows, and this is the point where I would actually use a medpack, because we're coming up for some quite tricky enemies. They're like the the kind of demigods where you can just crouch down, except there's 2 of them, so it's not so easy. And actually they're not so easy anyway, they're kind of weird. So just for funsies, I'm gonna grab my RPG, the rocket launcher, or grenade launcher actually, and actually choose the super ammo, just for the sake of it. Nice. And save the game. Hopefully I don't take too much damage because it's quite a frustrating spot. So hop the gap. Oh, she was supposed to turn and she did not. So Lara can kind of like shoot herself with these. Oh, that was a wasted shot. Oh well. Yeah, careful with the... Oh god, I'm blowing myself up. Yeah, they're quite powerful shots and Lara can take damage. So I'm now going to swap because we actually only have 1 demigod now. So changing to Uzis, it's very easy to deal with 1. So just keep getting behind it because it keeps turning towards you constantly. I am stuck though. Not so easy when it's got you in the corner. There we go. Okay. That wasn't so bad. Kind of clumsy, but I got lucky. Okay. Whew. So each of these enemies drops a key. There's also a few pickups in the area as well. So 1 shotgun shell pickup, 2 Uzi pickups, and 1 large medpack. Okay, and the large medpack is in the water just over here. The music is pretty intense. Okay, and right over here is where we're using the keys. I bet that's not done what you thought it was gonna do, huh? Yeah, that door didn't open, but wait for it. Wait for it. Wait a minute, hang on. Wait for it. Wait. There we go. So we now have a hammer guard and we still need to open the door. But did you notice how these columns raised as steps? So we can climb these platforms and head to the lever on the balcony, which will open the door. Here we go. Okay, careful with your jumps back down. I think I'm gonna miss this jump with a standing jump. I'm saving it here. I don't know why, I want to save it here. It actually really doesn't matter at this point. Because I'm so close to the end. So he's kind of close. I want him just to give me a bit of distance. I'm going to actually go over to here. And she overshot, so just bear that in mind when you're making your jumps from the high ledges. Ah! Yeah, the pounds on the ground are pretty darn powerful. So, slow and steady, slow and steady. So through here, keep to the right hand side. Keep to the right, keep to the right. There we go. Right turn, avoid that trap. Keep to the right. Not too much, but this time go to the middle. Go to the left, and you're pretty home free once you avoid those 2 sets of boulders. Just slow and steady. Just keep running, but slow and steady. You got this. And there we go, you are safe. Yeah, what you gonna do, huh? What's good? Right, so, believe it or not, I have been here before. I was coming up here to get air, in between grabbing some pickups from a starting room, a room at the start of the level. And I did say that there were a couple of items here which I could climb out and grab, but I just decided not to for absolutely no particular reason. So I can grab them now, easy peasy, so that's kind of a reason I left them behind, I suppose. I could have easily got them at any time. And we are done, so just locate the exit and swim on through. So just forward and up to get out. Awesome stuff, good job. So keep an eye on your oxygen because that bar doesn't replenish between levels. And if you locate the waterfall, that means the exit is right here. So much easier to get out of this section than getting out of the mines. So easy drop down here, it's not too high because we have that slope. And then make your way back to the quad bike. So there is just that one jump to make. So probably the easiest jump in the game. A bit depressing if I don't make it after saying that. Oh no, I hit the wall. That's not a good jump. Oh god damn. Ugh. Easy jump to make. There we go, keep to the right to avoid any gaps and chasms. Okay. So careful here again, there's another chasm, just be careful, keep to the right again. Tippy taps on the button if you need to. And there we go, so let's just head back to base camp. Show the guys! I got the stuff, I did it! Here we go. Hey guys! Guys, I got the 3 stones with absolutely no help from you. I did it all by myself. Did you even cheer me on? Anyway, so yeah, this guy drinking his cuppa. Oh, you're back. You got him. Cool. Yeah, so next time I will place the stones in the receptacles and we will enter the final level. So again, it will be a 2 video level. And I hope to see you there. Take it easy.